It says, okay, hello everyone. Welcome to episode 16 of Eager to Hear. Today we are here with Scott Sherer, a local.
Hello,
Hello. Welcome. He is a local. He's a musician from. Wait, where are you from?
Toledo, Ohio.
Toledo, Ohio. We haven't had anyone from Ohio yet, so this will be very exciting.
I'm so excited to represent my entire state.
Don't mess it up. It's all up to you.
I'll try not to let Ohio down right now.
Okay. So let me see. All right, I'm gonna start out with just a random question that has nothing to do with anything about music. All right.
Yeah, time to break the
I
ice.
can't wait. You have set your question up fantastic. I can't wait to hear what it is.
Okay. All right. All right. If you had to close one fast food chain due to how disgusting it is, which would you pick?
That's a great question, dude. As terribly as I eat all the time, I am a huge fan of terrible fast food. Let me think. I mean, dude, I've never been a fan of Long John Silver's. I think take time in fast food and fish don't mix. I think Long John Silver's is absolutely disgusting. For sure.
I could
I
probably
think
agree.
people. Arby's, man, I love roast beef, and I think Arby's is the most underrated fast food chain for sure.
So Arby's is number one, and Long John Silver's is dead last.
I think you nailed it right there. Yeah, you fucked me up as a person completely. Yes.
All right. So
That's what I'm saying as my campaign slogan.
abolish Long John Silver's.
Abolish it. Yes. Get rid of it completely. Get it out of here, man. I'm so sick of it. I hate seeing it on every street corner. Hush puppies are disgusting. It's just a ball of bread.
Oh, bread.
Yeah, I think you're. Yeah, my mom used to get it all the time when I was a kid, and I don't know if I really liked it.
Deal.
So
Yes.
what other company owns Long John Silver's?
I have no idea. I think the devil and maybe Alex.
Alex Jones owns Long John
Alex.
Silver's.
They created it, and they just want to ruin everybody's diet and everybody's well-being by pumping terrible shrimp halibut down their throats.
Oh, I'm gonna get sick just thinking about it.
Test it. It's horrible, man. It's the worst thing I've ever had. I haven't had it since I was a child.
Oh, you
I
just
think
remember it
I
being
got
horrible?
off for it. That was a great question, man. Let me ask you the same. If you could abolish any fast food chain, what would you get rid of?
So I really like fast food too, honestly. It's hard. Okay, I don't know. Probably
It's not
probably
necessarily
KFC. Probably KFC.
Fast food, but
Yeah.
there's a food you hate because every fast food has their own type of food they pump out. Like fish, Arby's is roast beef sandwiches, McDonald's is everything, and then Taco Bell's Mexican. So I mean, there's fast food for pretty much any food other than Chinese. Chinese takes time, so it's not really fast. So least favorite type of food. That's kind of what it boils down to.
Well, we actually had a fast food Chinese place here. I don't know if you have it there. It's called Kyoto Bowl. And it's
Kyoto Bowl.
it's just
I love Kyoto
it's just
Bowl.
really crappy drive-through Chinese food. It's interesting.
See, that's the thing is Chinese food takes time, and that's why I don't have any fast food places around here. Because to make good Chinese food, you need to have at least 15 to 30 minutes, and the Chinese places I have around my house are amazing. And quicker, it would just really ruin the quality. So that blows my mind that someone's actually tried it, and it does not blow my mind that you say it sucks, because I totally get that. That's what I would expect.
No, man, I like it. I think it's good.
Okay, now I'm torn on what to believe. I'm not really sure.
I don't know. Alex is pretentious.
So you found us on
Here's
Reddit,
my-
right? That's how we found you, was on Reddit.
I found him on Reddit.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
That's on the cover thing.
That's pretty cool that we have a community to reach out to.
I actually wanted to ask you, where did you, what subreddit specifically did you find me on?
Oh, the cover this.
Or this. Okay, cool. What was the video that you watched specifically? Times I'm just curious as to what grabbed your eye. 'Cause I have a YouTube channel.
I couldn't. You know what? I'm not sure, but I just remember listening to it and I thought it was really good.
Yeah, don't you have a lot of covers on your YouTube channel?
Was I in a room or was I outside?
You were in a room. Just one
Let's
room.
move down a little bit.
I mean, I could look right now.
So what made you want to start like recording your music?
Well, if you want to get into the nitty gritty, I'll
Yeah, let's
sit
do it.
up.
Let's go straight in.
All right. Basically, the first time I ever like wanted to play guitar, it was honestly Guitar Hero that inspired me.
Hell yeah.
And my buddy Cameron got Guitar Hero 3 for his PlayStation 3. And dude, it changed my life. Like, it changed my music taste. It changed what I thought was cool. Like, it changed everything about me, where like I was the generic kid who just listened to pop music and just, was just floating around as a regular 12-year-old. And then once I played that game, I was like, dude, all right, this 70s shit is fucking dope. Like, it's awesome, man. Like, on that game, Cream was on that game, Sunshine of Your Love. Just those basic, like, 60s songs. And then, Talk Dirty to Me by Poison, and Rock You Like a Hurricane by the Scorpions. Just really cliche old rock music and everything in between. That really changed my whole music taste, and that made me want to get into guitar. I picked up a guitar from Full Score Music, it was called, near my house. And I got the Sunburst Strat. It was a Fender Squire, but it looked like a Stratocaster. It was Sunburst because I love Bob Dylan. I got really into Bob Dylan when I was a kid, and when he went electric, that was his guitar model that Rock Band came out with, other than the whole black and white thing like Jimi Hendrix. So that was the guitar to get for me, at least. So I got that guitar and I started taking lessons. Honestly, I got really bored of learning, when the Saints Come Marching In and stuff like that. It just didn't really hold my attention. I learned riffs, like the Sunshine of Your Love. Like, I can still play that. I learned Stairway to Heaven, like just the first 10 seconds. And I got bored of that pretty quickly, and I dropped it for years. And then, so like, 5 years later, I picked up an acoustic guitar, a First Act from Savers, when that was still a thing around here. I don't know if you guys have that out in Arizona. I picked up a First Act from Savers. It's like a 3/4 guitar, like Ed Sheeran plays. It's like smaller than a real acoustic guitar.
Oh yeah.
Myself, Rocky Raccoon was the first song I ever learned, and then I learned Simon and Garfunkel, and just easy Bob Dylan songs. Like, Bob Dylan plays very simple songs, so I started learning chords, and that compared to riffs, like, riffs are just like bum bum boom bum 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 boom bum bum. Like, that'll impress people if you can play some really complex stuff or whatever, but if you want to actually be a musician, like, learning chords is how you learn songs. So, learning chords blew my fucking mind. Like, chords, and then I started learning songs, and then I taught myself how to sing. Like, my buddy Alex was a singer, and I made friends with him in junior high school, and like, he was always the singing guy. So he kind of would give me feedback when I would sing in the car, basically tell me like how I sucked and why I sucked, and like how to improve my singing. Like, I was trying to sing have you ever seen The Rain by Creedence Clearwater Revival, and he was like, okay, here's why you suck, sing this way, and the key and everything like that, and like he just gave me this detailed feedback because he knew what he was talking about, and I just slowly learned how to realize when I sucked, when I was singing to myself, and it just all came together. Nowadays, I mean, I stumble through, a lot of Bob Dylan covers or whatever, but I try my best, and people have given me pretty good feedback, so I figure I'm not awful. I'm gonna hopefully come out with another album by next summer. That's what I'm hoping.
That's awesome,
for.
dude. Yeah, this is pretty good stuff I'm listening to.
Yeah.
I think it's good, like what you were saying. I think it's really good to have someone to tell you that you suck. I think that's
Exactly. Yes.
Because when I was learning how to play the guitar when I was a kid, my dad would always be like, "Get a metronome, you loser," you like, or something, like whatever,
Dude, that's one of my biggest things is I've been told like I have good time, and like that's not something that's easy to teach. In the fact that I have good sense of time and everything like that, and I have good realization of how to stay on there and just keep a beat and whatever. Because I dabbled in drums a bit. I was 19. And I taught myself drums pretty quick, and I never understood the 4-beat measure until I started learning drums. Because I went to high school, and there was they had a lot of very out there electives. Like they had a World War II class, like a 60s class, like they had very unheard of like specific electives. So I took the 60s class because it was so talked about. And they talked about the teacher there specifically talked about 4/4 time. Even though it was a 60s class, he spent a lot of time on music, which I dug a lot because I dig music. I didn't get it. I didn't understand what he meant when he was going like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I couldn't pick that up. It finally made sense. Like, just how to keep time and everything like that, and it finally clicked with me, and that was what really gave me insight to how exactly music works and everything like that. It's a far stretch to call me a musician. I would not call myself a musician. Music theory and everything, I'm way behind on all of that, but I've definitely memorized enough chords to play enough songs and stumble my way through actually pretending to be a musician. So that works. It was pretty cool. I act like I know what I'm doing.
Nah, you're a musician.
Yeah, I think I would say if you make music, you're a musician.
You know Paul McCartney? Paul McCartney doesn't know how to read music, and look at him.
Paul McCartney's my favorite Beatle, dude. That actually blows my mind. Does he really not know how to read?
No, he does not know. It all just looks like scribbles.
Wow, dude, holy shit! I did not know that.
Yeah.
That blows my mind. As a piano player, you can not know how to read music, and you can. That piano's always been something I've wanted to learn, but I've never taken the time.
Oh,
It's already decent at guitar, so like it's hard for me to hop on another instrument that I'm terrible at to actually get good, because I just always want to go back to what I'm already decent at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you
difficult.
can learn by listening too. You don't have to learn how to read music right away.
Yeah.
The
It
people
helps.
play by ear blow my mind.
But it's like, for me, like I'm weird. Like I kind of know music theory, but I know like intervals. Like if I know like a minor scale has like a certain intervals with the notes.
I have I've dabbled in scales, and like I know a few scales, but I would not say I understand how they work into like music itself.
Like a minor scale, if you pick any note, then it's just a whole step. So it's whole half, whole half, whole. That's the minor. That's a natural minor scale. So that's
Piano makes sense to me with going from a white key to a white key, it's a whole step. Going from white to black, it's a half step or whatever. But
yeah.
As a whole, music theory, I knowledge as well. Basically, everything in my life I dabble in. Like I'm not committed to anything because I'm a piece of shit. And, I took music theory for a few months, and then I dropped out, and then I'm like the few weeks that I went, they touched on is the foundation of music. Like that's just the easiest instrument to explain music theory, so that's what they use to explain it. So like, a white key to a white key is a whole step, a white key to a black key is a half step or whatever, and then like, a C, like what blew my mind is how there's a C note and then is the black key that is after that, and then that could either be it basically goes A B C D E F G, like it's just the letter of the alphabet, and then it could either be C sharp minor, like that's what the black key could be called either way, like however you're looking at it within the note. That was one of the things that blew my mind. But yeah, like I've dabbled in music theory, and what I decide to actually commit to, I would not go so far to call myself a musician. I would say that I've just memorized enough chords to where I can play a G chord or a C chord and earn
that's all
an
good.
F.
You can play a lot of songs with that.
Song cover. It's very easy.
Oh, sorry, Jeremy. I just saw your comments.
Oh yeah, Jeremy's.
Hey, do you have a question, Jeremy, for the guests? Feel free. Wait, okay. So
that's one of the things I love about Bob Dylan is that he just uses such simple chords, and he makes such good songs, man. Like I'm a huge Bob Dylan fan. Like at least his 60s stuff I specify, like debuted in 62 from 69. Absolute gold, man. Like
Yeah.
I mean, when he went electric, like I dig that stuff too, but his folk stuff, dude, oh my god. I can relate how much I love it.
I can really tell you're very influenced by him. You kind of evoke that Bob Dylan in your singing.
People say that, and that is the biggest compliment to me. Also, who I love is Townes Van Zandt and Blaze Foley. Those are two lesser known country, whatever you want to call them, depending on your opinion. But those two are absolutely fantastic, and people don't know enough about them, and it really bums me out. And I don't know if you've seen the movie Three Billboards in
outside Ebbing, Missouri, or something.
So much for knowing that. That is fantastic. I thought that I thought me knowing half of the movie title was going to be lost on you guys, but I appreciate it. Yes, yeah. Ebbing, Missouri. Has a song in there. He's dead now. So is Blaze Foley, and he's got a song called "Buckskin Stallion Blues." It's a fantastic song. But Townes Van Zandt is wonderful. Blaze Foley actually just they made a movie on him by Ethan Hawke, who I also love. He's a great actor. He was in Boyhood. He was the dad. Days. Well, he's a fantastic actor. He's one of my favorites, but that's besides the point. He directed the movie called Blaze. I think it's called that. Also made King of the Hill and Beavis and Butthead. What is his name?
Mike Judge.
Yes, exactly. Mike Judge has this show called Tales from the Tour Bus, which is a very realistic animated show that talks about country artists, and they have an episode on Blaze Foley. So just to get to the point of what I'm rambling about right now, Blaze Foley, Townes Van Zandt, two of the on me at least, and just two greatly underappreciated artists, man. I would love for more people to find out about them just because they are so good. I don't know if you've seen Crazy Heart, but Townes Van Zandt's music is in that movie too with Jeff Bridges.
What song would you recommend?
What's that?
What song would you recommend?
Okay. For each of them, I would say Towns Van Zandt, Poncho, and Lefty for sure. One I know and that I love so much. I actually have a Towns Van Zandt cover on my YouTube page. Poncho and Lefty, it's I'll Be Here in the Morning. That's a great song as well, but I think Poncho and Lefty is his best song. Blaze Foley, his best song is Clay Pigeons for sure. John Prine, he's cool. He covered that, but Clay Pigeons by Blaze Foley a lot, just because I think that that captures Blaze Foley's style perfectly. It's his strongest work, but the whole "Sitting by the Road" album is amazing. It's perfection. I would say it's 10 out of 10. It's just my opinion, though. I love country, folk music, stuff like that. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Heartworm Highways is a great short film on YouTube.
Oh,
It's basically Towns Van Zandt hanging out with his wife.
that's awesome.
They filmed it. I don't know who was filming it, but like it just shows his whole style where like he was just a guy who just, you know, really lived very simply and just, you know, by the lay of the land and everything like that, and he died unfortunately. But Ace Foley has a very sad tale where he was shot by his friends and like that, where it was a big misunderstanding, honestly. He was shot, you know, dead by this guy who stealing from her or something like that. If I'm probably remembering it wrong, but it's all on his Wikipedia pages where I got a lot of it. And then that Tales from the Tour Bus, great show. They get a lot of really fine.
Those are just stories, random stories from people.
Yeah,
Bands.
like the whole first season, you know, they have Johnny Paycheck. I don't know if you're into country music, but you know, Johnny Paycheck, Glenn Campbell, Blaze Foley, Willie Nelson, I think is covered in the second season, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a great show. It's a really, really great show just because they to all the details of these artists that you might not know about. And I love country music. And personally, it's a real shame what they call country music nowadays, where country fan people think you like Blake Shelton and whoever is on the radio. Like it's such a bastardized idea of what country music used to be.
Yeah, it's like radio rock. More like.
I found a great quote on Reddit where basically it's like rap music for people that don't like black people. I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Huh.
I'm like, not to make it a race thing. It's basically it's bro country, or just, you know, it's basically like, you know, whiskey, trucks, beer. Like it's so fucking dumb nowadays, at least from my opinion. I love Marty Robbins, Eddie Arnold, you know, Glenn Campbell's fucking awesome. Like nowadays country is so far removed from what it used to be about, and it bums me out, man. It's a real bummer.
You gotta bring it back.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Thank you. I like folk. Folk is cool, man. People kind of relate folk in country music, at least to me. But I get the similarities, and no, I just at least with my interests, really dig folk and country artists, and I mean, I try to reflect that in my music, at least from what I write, where I try to I try to just make, you know, timeless stuff where like I don't try to make too many references to things. That's one of the things I keep in mind, at least. So, you know, whether it's 50 years before or 50 years from now, people can listen to this. And I mean, you know, that's thinking in my mind where, you know, people still know who I am 50 years from now or anything like that. But it's just, it stays in my mind where like I want to think that, you know, 50 years from now or 50 years before, people could listen to my stuff and to question any of the lyrics as to what that means.
I don't know. Timbuktu could disappear tomorrow.
Yeah, I always thought that was weird too. Like when songs talk about like Snapchat or something, and it's just like
That's what I'm saying, man. Like I like a lot of newer stuff. Like Spotify has gotten me into a lot of newer stuff. That's the only reason I really listen to newer stuff. But when they say like Facebook and, you know, Snapchat and Instagram and stuff like that, I actively think like people understand what the hell that is, you know, 50 years from now or whatever it is. So that might be a fault of my music, but personal opinion that I like to keep it very general. I like to say phone or something like that, because, you know, you could think it's a message as in a letter or a message as in a text message. Where
that's interesting.
Old music, like something I would really recommend you guys to listen to if you dig old folk music is Connie Converse. Is amazing. Like her songwriting is revolutionary. She was popular. I wouldn't even say popular. Like she's really not that popular, but she released her stuff in the 50s, and her stuff was absolutely revolutionary. And the way she writes her songs are so relevant today. Like just the way she writes her songs, she just talks about liking guys like a guy would. I mean, it's relatable to any gender you are or any, you know, decade that you're from. It's relatable no matter where you're from. Whereas she talks in liking a guy, or she talks, she has a story about a cowboy, stuff like that. So it's a little dated as in that. But even nowadays, people make songs about cowboys, and, you know, you can put yourself back in those times. And the fact she was from the 50s, the what I like about her is that her stuff isn't sexist. Of women's material is from back in the day, where a lot of women just didn't have a lot of respect for themselves, and I think that they really viewed themselves as equal to men, so they would just sing about themselves as they viewed themselves, and it would be very pretty much. And she has a lot of songs where, you know, she's singing about either herself as someone else, and it's just revolutionary, I would say. Like, you know, where she just speaks about herself as an equal or even better, where she's her own independent character, where I think is lost on a lot of music from the 50s as far as women goes. I think it's fantastic.
What if people don't know what trucks and beer are in 50 years?
That song Trouble, I think would fit perfectly in Fallout, which I love as a video game. What did you say? I'm sorry.
So what if trucks and beer don't exist in 50 years?
Dude, country music is absolutely, I think nowadays it's absolutely fucked going forward.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is.
I don't think it's gonna hang on. Like, it's just pop music nowadays. That's all it is. Like pop music, it's like I read from Reddit. I think whoever said it, I wish I had the username of whoever said it. It's rap music for people that don't like black people. Like it's rap music that rap music likes. That's exactly what it is.
White
Like
trash.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, I was at a bar by my house there's this place called the Cock and Bowl downtown Toledo that I was at, and this dude came on stage and sang a Blake Shelton song. It was fucking rap music, dude. It was a rap. Like, that's what it was. Like, it was rap music, but by a white guy who was singing about fucking trucks and beer. Like, that's all it was, man. And I was sitting there like, garbage. I hate it so much. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. And it's not my thing, but I get it. Some people would like it, but as a whole, I think I don't know. I just it really bumps me out that that's like the dominant. Other than, I think rap music is the dominant form of music nowadays, like the dominant genre. But
Yeah.
other than that, I mean, country and pop like rule the radio stations, and I think it sucks.
Well,
Country music sucks. Totally different from what it used to be.
yeah, I completely. Yeah, it used to be more like folk music.
Exactly. Yeah. Like a lot of people just say folk country, like they slash it to Kana country stuff like that. That's what it used to be, but nowadays country is just bastardized from what it used to be, and it really bums me out.
Alex.
What?
Alex, put the live podcast info on the screen.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry to interrupt the flow.
We got Connie Converse.
Oh, honestly, I think I'm much. I want to ask you, Alex.
Yes, sir.
Username. I already asked you, but Lord, what's your favorite movie of all time?
Andrew?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh. Well. I got a list.
Oh.
I made this list.
What's
No, I like
Number 1
there's-
is 50 Shades of Grey.
There's like 21. There's like 21 movies on this list.
Oh, are you you're serious?
Yeah.
You got it up on your
no,
notepad on your computer. You're pulling it up right now.
Yeah.
Let's hear
One
it.
movie
All right,
that
let's
you
hear it.
always go back to and always enjoy.
No, for me, it's like any Arnold Schwarzenegger movie for some reason.
You said Total Recall, right?
I watched that movie too much.
On the top of the. I'll read them all. Okay. Rear Window, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Edge of 17, Prisoners, 50-50, Brooklyn, Shaun of the Dead, Flight Plan, The Descent, Juno, Taken, 500 Days of Summer, Source Code, Stranger Than Fiction, End of Watch.
Source Code with
What?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah?
You have the most varied list I've ever
I know,
heard.
it's like all over the place.
Oh, no, not done, though. Leon the Professional, Wild, Lady Bird, The Princess Bride, Lost in Translation,
Yeah, I
Sideways,
love Princess Bride. I watched it a couple days ago.
Captain Fantastic, and that's the last one.
That was
That
pretty
it?
extensive.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I take the fuck out of that list. I think that is so varied. I love it. Like you said, Source Code, which I'm trashing, but it's only because I've never seen it and it just looks super cheesy. But Lady Bird, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which I hated the ending because it was too positive. I had just broken up with my girlfriend when I watched it, so I wanted it to be more depressing. But
Oh, if you want depressing, 500 Days of Summer.
oh, dude, I watched that with my girlfriend before we broke up, and I thought that movie was fantastic. That's a great movie.
Yeah.
Dude, just oh my god, I had to, one thing I don't mean to get into, don't know this, but, I'm gonna make this very brief. I broke up with my girlfriend in, July, basically, or June, late June, early July. I've been talking to my friends about it nonstop just because I've been so depressed lately. But we watched that movie. One of the things that annoyed me about her is that she just didn't get like details in movies, and I couldn't stand it. Like it was.
Oh my God.
explaining how like it was so clever of that movie to say lines in the beginning that ended up being used later in the movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
So you get it. She was so
She did
that
get it.
annoyed the shit out of me just really badly. So I love that movie just because of how clever it was. Like it, my fucking mind. Where not only did it say basically what happens at the end of the movie in the beginning, and in fact, the ending of the movie where he is in love with a girl named Summer, and then he meets a girl named Autumn. It with the fact of just the correlation of just the timing of the lines and everything like that. Along with that, I'm sorry. It fucking blew me away, dude. I love that movie. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I love Joseph Gordon-Levitt, so that was also something that won me over pretty early. Zoe Deschanel,
Yeah, she's not in many things these days.
attractiveness level, I think she's overrated. Like, I don't think she's that attractive personally. That's my opinion. I liked her more in Elf when she was a blonde, but
Yeah. Blondes are hotter.
as a whole, I think the movie's fantastic. Like, I think that's definitely one of my favorite movies. I would definitely put that in my top 20 for sure.
All right, it's time for the ultimate question.
Oh my god.
All right, describe your perfect sandwich.
Oh, dude, I already got the answer, dude. I love sandwiches. Like, I think it's the perfect meal. Like a sandwich and chips. That's my favorite meal. Like overall, over anything. Like I'll dig a fucking chicken and biscuits or whatever. Every now and then. But a sandwich and chips, that is just perfect. Meal or my perfect sandwich, I would say an Italian roll bun, roast beef, and provolone cheese. Lay's stacks, specifically the mesquite barbecue flavor. That is the perfect sandwich and chip combination. That is. I'm sorry I went a little bit extra with the chips,
No,
but
that's good. That's the best answer we've gotten for that question.
So I will just say roast beef, lettuce, whole bun. Opinion.
That's what's up. Alright. Wait, okay, I got another random question. Okay.
Well, I have a specific question.
All right, you
but
go. All right, you
Alex
go.
sucks. Who's Emily? And why is there a song about her?
Oh god. Like I said, I broke.
Oh, is that for her?
I broke up with my girlfriend in June or early July, and name was Emily. And basically, the story behind Emily's song is for her before Valentine's Day of 2017, before we started dating, led us in to eventually start dating. And Alone is also about her, in case that wasn't totally obvious. But like I wrote Emily's song for her, and then I wrote Alone afterwards, and I've been super depressed over her for the past couple months.
You're good, dude. It'll get better.
Yeah, it gets better.
All right.
I appreciate that. Yeah, as time has gone on, I mean, I was in such a funk the following weeks and months afterwards. But I've slowly realized, like, yeah, I mean, you eventually think about, life as a whole and everything like that. And if I'm being honest, like, I don't know how deep you guys want to get or anything, but when I was in high school, like, I wasn't very popular with girls or anything like that, and I didn't have any successful relationships. And it wasn't until after the fact that getting more confidence and started dating girls, and she was really, I mean, I'm 23 now. I just had my birthday this month, and she was my first relationship, really, where I cared about someone and that I took them out and, really treated them as an individual and just really treated them as part of my life. I had girls that I, talked to beforehand, but she was the first one that I really and just really put in my life as a whole. And
Well,
because of me, and I'm a fuck up. And
no, dude, you're
just
good. Just don't beat
Okay.
yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Let's move
Yeah.
on to something more positive. Let's
How about people and animals? Animals and people, we've always got something. Dude.
love it.
All right. Okay. Here's the next question. All right. Okay. So before sliced bread was invented,
Oh my god.
what was the best thing?
I mean, personally or factually?
No, like what do you think was the best thing?
I think before sliced bread, I mean, factually, I would probably say, I mean, fuck, what year? Okay, wait. Actually, you know what's funny? I'm actually gonna Google this to see what sliced bread.
Was it the wheel, or was it like?
I think the wheel is decent, but I think there are better things like
Like the
I
cotton
think there are
gin?
better things like just as a opinion goes. I think there are better things that people have invented because the wheel is decent, but I think as far as people's opinion goes, there are things people might appreciate more than the wheel.
Hmm.
The year was like, okay, here we go. It's a suggestion on Google. That's what I find. 1928.
Yo, the airplane was invented before sliced bread. What the fuck?
Fucking bananas, actually, that you say that.
What the fuck? That was like 1907, I think. Was
Oh,
Wright
okay.
Brothers,
I was gonna
right?
say penicillin.
Damn. Dude, sliced bread is new. Let's write a country
You know-
song. Let's write a country
Wait.
song about sliced bread.
Same year, penicillin was invented.
Oh my god. I
This-
was looking up the same thing.
Fuck, is sliced bread taking precedent over penicillin? Do people value that more? That's insane to me. I love that you asked me that because now I know where people's priorities lie. That's fucking amazing to me.
Sliced bread is just so convenient, though.
Would you rather be able to eat some peanut butter and jelly, or would you rather not die from syphilis? I mean,
Syphilis, yeah.
it's fucking.
Peanut butter and jelly. It's pretty good.
Peanut butter and jelly. I don't like it.
You're not allowed on this podcast anymore.
Why?
Just kidding. Wait. All right. I got another one. All right. I got another question.
Man, you like these random questions.
No, I literally like have a list of just random ass questions. It's good though. Okay, so let's talk about potatoes. All right.
Oh
Love
my god.
Would you rather look like a potato or feel like a potato?
What is that even supposed to mean?
I don't know.
Okay, wait a minute. I don't want to come off as offensive, but a common derogatory term for people with Down syndrome is potato.
Wait, it is.
I'm assuming
I thought like that was like a vegetable.
might
Like if someone like can't like use, like they're in a coma or something. Isn't that what that is?
Repeat that. What?
Yeah.
No, I mean like an actual potato.
Look like an actual potato or feel like one?
Yeah, you just. I don't know.
Like,
Maybe you're reading too much of this question. Maybe it's a bad question.
That is by far the worst question I've ever heard in my life. Like, I can't even.
wow, the worst question ever.
I can't even think of an answer like or feel like one that doesn't even register with me as in like which one could be better or worse because it doesn't even make sense either way.
Plants have feelings.
Probably say feel like one because I've at least been told I was cute by girls, so if I could look somewhat cute and then feel like a fucking weed, basically, I would probably.
All right. I mean, yeah, that's fair.
I love mashed potatoes. They are delicious. Just to give my personal opinion.
All right, Andrew, you got any questions?
No, not at the moment.
All right, Scott, do you have any questions?
Let me ask you guys a question.
Oh no.
Would you rather?
Oh god. Oh yeah, that's reminded me of another one of those. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
You might think. Would you rather have wings or wait.
Or what?
Have wings? Fuck. It was a good question. I was gonna say wings.
All right, like what kind of wings? Like chicken wings?
Angel wings.
Oh, okay.
Wings or horns?
Wings or horns?
Wings, so I can fucking fly, obviously.
Yeah.
What would I do with horns? Stab people?
How would you? They're badass, dude. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying I would love horns, but I would definitely take them if offered.
But the choice between being able to fly and having horns?
Okay, wait. That was a terrible one.
Don't
Obviously,
don't question shame him.
Wait, I gotta
That was a good question.
I gotta would you
throw out
rather?
another one. Let me throw out another one. Would you rather sweat or sneeze mayonnaise?
Sneeze.
Sneeze.
That's fair. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta would you rather, alright? Would you rather shit out 1,000 tons of sauerkraut or one throwing star?
That is such a good one because it's such a difference in volume. It's very hard.
Both of them just sound horrible.
Oh, should I ask my famous would you rather?
No, we gotta answer this one first. Right.
I want to ask.
All right, Andrew, what's your answer?
Just the sauerkraut because I don't want to.
1,000 tons? 1,000 tons. You know
I don't
how
want
much
to
that is?
patch up my ass every time. That's just gonna hurt.
You could probably fit like 10 tons on a semi truck. All right, so you gotta think
Probably,
100 semi
I
trucks full
think
of sauerkraut.
The volume of sauerkraut would be easier than the painful feeling of one throwing star.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, let me ask you guys a question. If okay to interrupt this horrible dilemma.
Yeah, all right.
Well, okay, this is more of like a philosophical thing. Would you rather be able to eat anything you want and have it be perfect nutrition, or to only have to sleep 1 hour a day and be fully rested? Basically, would you rather eliminate your need to be, fed, need to be rested?
I like
with-
eating. I like eating a lot, so I would definitely maybe, if I didn't have to sleep, I would be able to get so much shit done.
Well, the thing is, like, you can eat whatever you want, but you'll be fully nutritional.
No, I'd rather eliminate my need to sleep. Wait, we got one. We got a question
I like
from
sleeping.
Jeremy. We got a question from Jeremy. He said, would you
Jeremy.
rather have your he said, would you rather have your steak boiled or microwaved? I don't know. It just sounds awful either way. I don't know. Are you still there, Scott?
I'm so
Okay.
sorry. What What was that? Would you rather you just said?
Would you rather have your steak boiled or microwaved?
Wait a minute. Isn't meat boiled like a thing? Don't they?
I've had like boiled hot dogs, but a steak.
Yeah.
Like, what if someone gave you filet mignon, like the best cut of steak, and then was like, you have to boil this or microwave this?
That's a great question. I don't know. I think if I remember correctly, I was raised poor enough to where I think I've had microwave steak. I'd say it's decent. I grew up pretty nonchalant.
That's really I always thought like having a microwave was a luxury, you know.
I thought it was all right. Microwaves are fucking awesome for what they are. Like I think people hold them to way too high of a standard, and I think they do what they are designed to do. And I think if you expect more out of them, it obviously definitely get the job done. I fucking love them.
All right. Let's see. Any more questions?
Oh yeah, would you rather have every liquid in your life
Oh
be
yeah.
Mountain Dew, from the toilet water to the sink to like anything you touch is Mountain Dew to the time you get out, or every song you hear is All Star by Smash Mouth. You hum every song in a movie as All Star. Every song you sing sounds like All Star to people. Yeah.
That's so fucking relevant. Jesus Christ. No, dude. A fucking Mountain Dew, man. Like,
Mountain Dew, everything you take a shower in Mountain Dew and get all sticky when you get out every
God, as
time.
a fucking cover artist, if I was singing All Star all the time, that's fucking great.
You just
dude.
have an album that comes out and every song is all star. This one has a tambourine in it.
Yeah, dude. I actually, I go on Omegle all the time.
Oh, yeah,
Omegle, however you pronounce it.
I remember that.
I go on there all the time to promote my music, and people, they recommend meme songs constantly. Like I would say, 5 out of 10 people would say either Wonderwall, Despacito, or All Star by Smash Mouth. And I've actually learned All Star by Smash Mouth because, dude, it translates pretty well to acoustic guitar. I will admit that, but the fact that I've played that before is super relevant to this question. That is hilarious to think. Like every song I sing, when I'm thinking I'm singing a Bob Dylan cover, like fucking Mr. Tambourine Man or Love Mine is Zero, that I'm actually saying, hey now, get your game on, go play. Like that's what's going on in people's ears when I think I'm saying fucking my love, she speaks like silence without ideas or violence. I'm like get some gas, everybody needs some change.
I'm done.
I think that's a fantastically written song. Don't get me wrong; those lyrics are good. They don't compare to Bob Dylan's poetry, obviously, but All Star is some good wordplay, dude. I love the wordplay in that song. Like it's decent stuff for sure. Like I love it. I mean, it's no Connie Converse, but it's all right. I like it.
You know what, Scott? It's been a pleasure to speak with you.
It has.
I appreciate you guys putting up with my rambling for so long. It means a lot to me. I'm sorry for keeping you guys waiting for a week or whatever.
No,
it was,
it's cool. We're just chilling.
I
got
hope
Saturdays off.
that I did well. Keeping you guys interested.
No, this was a lot of
whatever
fun.
The fuck
Yeah,
Really was.
you can be
It's
on
already
again
been
if you
an
want.
hour. Crazy, dude. It's already 3:00. My guess.
So, I'm going to link all your music on the podcast so people can check
Awesome.
it out.
If I could make some plugs, YouTube, Scott Sherer, Sherer, SCOTT, SHERER. Scott Sherer, SHERER. Spotify, same thing. Facebook, Scott Sheer Music. If you want to email me, it's scottsheermusic@gmail.com. That's pretty much all I got.
Sweet. All right, check out Scott's music. Thanks for coming on. We'll see you. Oh, we're in a couple hours actually. We're gonna have another guest on in 4 hours at 5 p.m.
Thank you for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks, dude. We'll see you later.
Yeah. See ya.
So,
Be
yeah,
easy, fellas.
so 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is it's 1 o'clock right now. We're having who's coming on?
Shoestring therapy.
Shoestring Therapy. Now I gotta listen to his music or her music or
His music.
his music. All right. All right. Bye.
Bye.
I respect you.
I respect you too.